Fontaine has been really good with being like, okay, we are giving you a bunch of quests where you have to decide your own moral standing on what you think justice is. And like, it honestly makes us think. Like, if you read into the story, it makes you think a lot. All right, Euphrasia, you got any new work for me? Oh, I suppose our commissions here at the Tales of Humanity are too easy for you. Or have you been in dire need of more lately? Well, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I'm poor. Please give me money. A diligent youngster, I see. Well, sure. If there's one thing we don't lack here, it's work to be done. In fact, the same bird could practically be considered the largest clearinghouse for jobs outside the Adventurers Guild. Well, I say that, but you didn't really need to take up the social services aspect. Whatever the case, since you need more, allow me to recommend a certain long-term gig to you. Long-term? You're speaking my type of language. Oh! Recruitment notice. Mr. Benoit Leroy intends to hire one hourly caretaker. Wanted, someone good at housekeeping, cooking, and caring for elderly folks. Mr. Leroy is willing to provide food and board along with suitable remuneration. Interested parties may contact him directly. Are we working for hospice care? This is a note that Mr. Leroy left with us over half a year ago. Most of us who live on this street know him very well. For half a year ago? Although his reputation when he was younger is less than stellar, I haven't heard any untoward rumors concerning him in the recent years. He's been alone most of his life, and with only his daughter not being by his side, there's no one to take care of him. I suppose that's where a person could use an hourly worker to help. For what I know, he's not hard up for Mara, so you'll be well paid. It's nearly danger-free job with great compensation to boot. No reason not to consider it. So, you just need to help him with housework, right? Paimon thinks that sounds pretty chill. I guess give me his address if you would. I'll take it. Yeah, the old man asked for a caretaker half a year ago and it's not been fulfilled yet? Like, that's kind of crazy. Of course. Just turn 2 corners, loop around. Actually, never mind. Let me just give you a map instead. Remember to tell him that I was the one to introduce you, all right? Thanks, Euphrasia. So we're doing hospice care. Okay. Look for Mr. Leroy. Okay, so we make like 300 rights until we reach... Wait a minute. Wait a snacking minute. That's where we met Chiori last time, right? With the, that dude from the other shop. We're on the same street. Am I hallucinating? Pretty sure this is the same area. Anyway. I'm assuming that's Mr. Leroy? Benoit Leroy. Hello, sir. Athos's shirt. 100 Mora. Mortician's necklace. Youngsters these days sure know how to spend. Hi, Mr. Leroy. Hey there! Euphrasia sent us! You explain, Mr. Leroy, why you're here. That was half a year ago, wasn't it? I didn't think Euphrasia would hold on to that commission for so long. It's true. I did think of hiring hourly workers. After all, even the most capable of us old and need others to take care of them. I spent so much of my life working to have this home, but in my old age I found that I had no one to share it with. It did make me quite sad for a time, so it's a good thing, all in all, that my daughter and son-in-law have come to take care of me. Oh. Okay, so, you, don't need me to be here? They're good children. They love each other very much, and they keep me company. There's nothing more that I could want. But that's to say, youngster, that I'm not hiring anymore. Yeah, so we came here for nothing. I mean, half a year of, like, a job posting, of course, and not being fulfilled. Of course, it's not going to be here anymore. Well, don't be too down. That's not how youngins should be. Should be enjoying your best life, armed with a smile. Also, since you made the trip here, and since Euphrasia recommended you, I do in fact have some work for you. Oh, so we just have a different job? Yeah, that's fine. Just so happens that the kids are out, and I can't quite handle everything here. Of course, you'll be paid.
Oh, nice. You're a great guy, Mr. Leroy.
You got quite the silver tongue. All right then, go help me clean the stains by the door and behind the house and feed Nana some fish while you're at it.
Cat?
Right, and before I forget to mention, but Nana's my cat, you know, the one by the door. Thanks in advance on Nana's behalf.
Well, that sounds simple enough. No problem. Leave it to us.
Okay, finish work. Sure.
Hi, kitty. Oh, let's feed the kitty first. Hi, Nana.
Oh, what a cutie. Here you go. Take some fish. Little baby. Good thing we have people to clean things behind the house. Oh. That works. Hello? I would like to get... I don't want to climb the house. Thank you. Okay, I finished everything, Leroy. You're done?
That's right, Mr. Leroy. Also...
what is it? You want some candy? Or would you like your pocket money now?
Both.
Paimon! What a greedy little child. Still, that's fine. That's exactly what little children should be like. At least she's calling him a kid. Especially little ladies as cute as you, Paimon. Macarons, pretty dresses, and lovely homes. That's what you deserve to have.
Paimon reckons so too. Hey, Traveler, can we get...
No.
Boo! Boo! You're so stingy!
We're adventurers, Paimon. Don't lose sight of why we're traveling, Paimon.
Paimon doesn't see how any of that stuff conflicts with having macarons, skirts, or big beautiful houses, though.
What's with the sudden argument? Kids. But a little banter now and then is good. It just shows that you're still children. Actually, about that, I'm of drinking age. Treasure your childhood. It won't last. Wow, okay, are you okay, dude? Anyway, here. Candies and coins both. Now then, do behave, alright?
Snacks! Thank you, Mr. Leroy!
Just call me Benoit, child. Leroy's my surname. I'm the last Leroy in the entire court of Fontaine. Mentions of my family name makes this poor soul quite lonely indeed, so please, just use my name.
Mr. Benoit? So, your daughter doesn't share your surname?
I guess she didn't take his last name? Morticia isn't my daughter by blood. I took her in half a year ago. That said, she may as well be my own true-born daughter. Oh! Morticia's such a nice name. If you don't mind, you can come by again tomorrow. She and Athos should be back by then. I'm sure she won't mind having two lovely children like you over for snacks, especially when you're helping us with some of the chores. Some other children come by occasionally, so feel free to play with them too. I love children. The more of them are around, the merrier the house is. This seems kind of sad, like he just wants to experience joy. If you don't see me when you come over again, just knock and ask for me. Athos will open the door for you.
Alright, we'll be back tomorrow then.
Good, good. I should be going back inside at my rate. See you tomorrow. See you then, children. Bye, Benoit. Fruity trio. I know that's me and Paimon, but who's the third person? All right, so you said investigate the boxes. Can I? Oh, I talked to Nana again. Hold on. Observe. Observe. Hold on. Observe what? The bowl contains a slab of fish. Nana seems most pleased. As she should. I can't observe the boxes. Unless you mean the one in the back. Knock, knock. Newspaper delivery. Just leave it by the door, thanks. I'll come get it later. Ready help when we're out today. It'd be rude to disturb it. Ah, okay, so this is just a follow-up thing. Oh, the boxes behind his house you want me to investigate. Okay. Strange boxes. Old, decrepit, heavy boxes covered in layers of dust. Their presence here, the usually bright and clear court of Fontaine, is quite jarring. The bases of the boxes have collected a lot of clear water stains over the years. They must have been piled in a seemingly damp location. Never mind the stains on the door. These boxes look to be in far more urgent need of a cleanup. Were you perhaps smuggling things out of the country? Is that what's happening? Are you part of a smuggling ring, my good sir? Thank you, Molly. Your kindness sparkles in your lovely lavender eyes.
Does it really? Did you really like that doll I brought you last time?
Oh, yes, indeed. It was lovely. You know, I even set aside a place for it at the dinner table.
Really? Oh, that would make me so happy. What about today? Do you need me to lean on me during your walk, or should I fetch you your newspaper? I could read it to you if you can't make out the words. Mama says I should do one good deed every day. My tutor wants me to submit an essay this week about good people and good things. Oh, I don't mean I'm doing this because I need to write an essay, but if you don't mind, I do want to help you out.
I'm already fine, really. The best thing you could do is help me tell your parents that you often come by my place to play.
I know, Mr. Leroy. I told them. They don't seem too happy about it.
Oh, why? Will you come again even so?
I sure will, even if they won't let me. I mean, we made an agreement, didn't we?
You are indeed a child of your word. Good. I do like you very much. Ah, it's you two. Come, kind souls, welcome.
You didn't mean to intrude or anything.
Did we interrupt? No, the two of you aren't interrupting anything. My young friend Molly here is currently out and about, trying to complete her homework. She just happened to stop by my home. She'd like to do something nice for me so that she might have some material for her essay.
Hey, I'm not helping because I want to finish my homework. It's not because of that anyway.
Of course. You're not being a good child just because of your homework, after all. Much like these two young guests, they're not here to help me just because they need a job either. Actually, about that, I'm in it for the money. Well, now it's just a little jest. Surely you won't begrudge an old man so much. Youngsters have much time that can spend freely. You're willing while that time away from me. I do enjoy the company of young people. Nothing wrong with any of that, now is there? Then perhaps I should just give you something to do. People are wont to come and go around the entrance, and it tends to get dirty there very quickly. No one slept behind the place for days, so if I may ask, please help me clean it up again. I just came by yesterday to clean it up. How is it that dirty already?
Well, okay then. This seems suspicious.
Molly, would you keep my cat company and bring a fresh fish steak if you would? Her name's Nana, by the way. She inherited that name from a dog I had previously. It's a shame, but my daughter took her along when she went off to get married.
All right then, Mr. Leroy.
Well, children, off you go. Okay, you say anything? My children aren't home, which makes cleaning the filth that gathers by the door and back of the house quite tricky. I'm counting on you. There is no... You said a few days. Homie, it's been like a day. It's been a day. How is it already this dirty? Like, how much dust are y'all accumulating in this house?
Nana, would you like some fish?
Nana, you say anything? Can I feed? No, I can't feed you a fish. Bro, this is so... Okay. I have some very dark thoughts about it because
one, whenever there's like, oh, I like hanging out with young kids, that's already screaming pedophile for me. But also, maybe he's a smuggler. Like, maybe he's a smuggler. It's one or the other, and I'm so sus. Like, how is it already this dirty? It's been a day. It has literally been a day. Like, you say anything, Nana? Okay, you probably say the same thing. Okay, Benoit. Are you all done? That's right. Yep, the cleanup's done. And Molly's fed the fish too. Fed the cat, not the fish. Molly fed the fish to the cat. Also, Benoit, there's a pile of super dirty old boxes next to your place. Do you want to clean those up too? Oh, those boxes? I just store some old stuff in them. Otherwise, they don't see much use. Some of them contain furniture and other small items from my old place, which I haven't had the heart to throw away. But at the same time, they don't fit with my current home, and so they ended up stacked out here. I don't touch them for the most part, but since everyone around here's a decent sort, no one's stolen anything, so they can stay right where they are. Mr. Leroy! Mr. Leroy, was I helpful? Why, of course you were, dear Molly. Don't forget to say hello to your parents for me. I'd be even more grateful if you could do that. I've got the snacks and pocket money right here, children, so come and get it. Oh, no. I don't need any pocket money. I just like to pat, Nana some more. Can I? Oh, of course, please do. But watch out for her claws. You remember to come back for snacks once you're done playing. Oh, is that the daughter? And why did you go out, Dad? Well, this old fellow got lonely with his children not being around to keep him company and all, so he decided to get some fresh air. Morticia, would you look at that? Gone but a few days and he's mad at us already. And I'm sure he'd forgive us if he only knew what gift we brought back this time, don't you think? Maybe they're in I don't like that they're not talking. Are you doing an abusive relationship? That, I know I'm jumping the gun, but like, I'm sorry. I'm so suspicious of everyone here right now. I'm scared. I don't want this to turn dark, honestly. Gift? What did you bring back? Something wonderful, of course. You'll know when you see it. Morticia knows how you like lovey, expensive things. She picked it out especially for you. Thank you, my daughter. I did only what I should have. That's a weird line. That's a weird line. I'm immediately suspicious. Ah, yes, these two lovely guests are also children who came by to play while the two of you were out. Hello there. My father's a friendly man and really loves kids, so thank you for keeping him company, truly. Still, since my wife and I are back, we'll take it from here. This is so suspicious. What's going on? It's really good that you two are back. Come now. Let me have a look at that present. All right, Dad. Let's go inside, shall we? Indeed, indeed. Athos, do remember to give them their pay and some snacks. They helped me sweep the place and fed Nana too. Give them that young lady some treats too, would you? I'm going back inside now. Mr. Leroy, Nana let me give her a belly rub. Huh? Where'd he go? Are you looking for my father, little lady? I'm his son-in-law. Well, you might as well just consider me his son to keep things simple. Call me Athos. Oh, I know what a son-in-law is. That means you're his daughter's husband. You sure are knowledgeable, aren't you? Thank you for keeping my father company. He's gone indoors. These snacks are for you. You can leave the rest to my wife and I. It's all right if you don't drop by anymore. Suspicious.
Anyway, you should head home soon. Your family will be worried about you if you're out too long.
Oh, don't worry, mister. It was no trouble at all. And anyway, Mr. Leroy and I have an agreement. I think he might need my help going forward too. You know, with feeding the cat and watering the plants and other stuff. Helping people makes me happy too. So I'll definitely come back.
I don't think he wants you to come back, buddy. And that's what makes things tricky.
Is something wrong, mister?
No, little lady, not at all. I have something important to discuss with you. No, discussion isn't the right word. There's something I need you to do.
Sure, what is it?
I'm going to give you the snacks and pocket money, and then after that, don't come back again. All right?
Huh? Why? Did I do something wrong?
No, of course you haven't. It's just that my father's health has always been poor, and his insomnia has gotten quite bad lately. Out of consideration for his health, my wife and I would like him to have an environment conducive to rest. You understand, don't you?
Oh, so Mr. Leroy's unwell? I get it. Next time I'll bring extra bull fruit. Every time I eat too much cake and get a tummy ache, Papa tells me I should eat less sweets and have more fruit. As long as Mr. Leroy eats some fruit every day, he'll be fine.
Never mind. Nothing else for it. As for you two, here are your snacks and rewards. And now, let me speak plainly. I'm speaking for the entire Leroy family on the matter. I hope you will not come and disturb us again in the future. I believe that despite your youth, you'll be able to understand my meaning. So please, do not go out of your way to return here. That's all. I'll take my leave now.
That's suspicious. Why can't we come back? So weird. Mr. Leroy was so nice, but this man just doesn't want us to. Yeah, this guy speaks politely enough, all right, but he is as cold as they come. Well, I don't care what he says. I'm coming to see Mr. Leroy tomorrow. What about you two? Come on, just come along. Man is so cute, and I give her a little bit of more pets. And also, Mr. Leroy's gonna need more snacks. Last one to show is a rotten egg. All right, no take backsies, Kay. We gotta come pet the cat and play with Mr. Leroy.
It's giving elder abuse. It's giving elder abuse. I don't trust this at all. Like, what if Mr. Leroy's not the one smuggling things? It's actually Athos and his wife, right? It's Morticia and Athos that are smuggling things. And Leroy would snitch. And so in order to counteract that, Athos and Morticia are causing elder abuse, and instead they're using all the money that Leroy has and using it for their own purposes. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know.
Hi, Molly. Oh, it's you two. You're back. Paimon's name is Paimon, and he's Traveler. Just call us by our names from now on. You see Benoit? That's right, but we didn't get a chance to speak with him. Looks like I won't be able to finish my essay at this rate. Your essay? Oh, right! You were doing good deeds because you had homework. Hey, that's not true. I really do like Mr. Benoit. He's really smooth. Yeah, that's right. Smooth. What kind of a descriptor was that? You mean he's a personable and good communicator, don't you? Anyway, please, Miss Paimon, could you help me, please? If you don't, my essay's toast! My tutor said that my essay's about helping him to feed his cat, well, unpentitious and filled with genuine emotion from margin to margin, and she wanted me to write another. What? Unpentitious? Don't you mean unpretentious? Anyway, Paimon gets it, so that's why you need to come back. Well, it's my homework, sure, but I really do like Mr. Leroy. He wanted me to say hi to my parents for him, so I did. They were really upset when they heard his name, though. They didn't want me to come, so I don't really know why. Maybe Leroy was a smuggler in his past life, and now his kids are also smugglers. Or he was a smuggler, and the kids, or at least the wife and the husband, don't like that he was a smuggler. And now they're just locking him away because he deserves to be inside all the time? I don't know. What if Molly was the real villain here? Molly, the child? Imagine. I highly doubt it, though.
Well, if it's just for homework, it's easy, isn't it? You just talk about how you fed the cat again.
But that would only be one line. That's so little. No way. We'll go with you.
Yeah, that's right. You can feed the cat and we'll clean the entrance and the rear of the house. When we're done, we'll knock out the door and talk to Benoit. I'll give you enough content to write about, right?
Oh my god. Is Molly a content creator?
That's right. We can do that. You're so smart, Miss Paimon. Let me go feed the cat right now.
Go clean around the house. Oh, are they in different locations now? It's not here. Where do I need to clean? Well, this one's still here. That's one. Where is the second? Y'all gonna yap? Okay. Molly doesn't say anything. Oh, it's literally right here. Molly can be slang for drugs, and obviously Molly is drugging this old man into submission is crazy.
Miss Paimon, Mr. Traveler, I fed the cat. Nice. Okay, let's go talk to Mr. Leroy.
I'm worried, though. Maybe he won't come out? When I've come by to see him lately, he hasn't even spoken to me. Before you arrived, I went and knocked, but just as he came out, that scary son-in-law of his came and dragged him back inside. Then he gave me some sweets and told me to go back to my parents. Then he shut the door. Jeez, Benoit's such a chill guy, but why is his family members such a chilly bunch? Mr. Leroy's son-in-law said that Mr. Leroy was ill and couldn't see me, but I thought he looked fine, so why can't he speak to us? Honestly, I'm more worried about Mr. Leroy than I am about my essay. He must feel terrible if he's ill. Mama told me that sick people need our care and concern. So, would you come with me and ask the son-in-law what sort of illness Mr. Leroy has? I don't know if they'll disclose it, though. Right? It's kind of rude to be asking, like, oh, why are you ill? Like, it could be an invisible illness. Maybe he ate too much cake. Or he slept without a blanket. I can ask my parents about what I can do. Well, we made an agreement, didn't we? I know, but I'm a bit scared of that scary son-in-law because he is, well, scary. Could you help me speak to him?
Don't be afraid, Molly. We got this.
That is true. Hippo would come for us. Knock, knock. Athos, the man you saw before, opens the door and walks out. You again? What in the world do you want?
Can we ask if Benoit's home? We heard he fell ill, so we're kind of worried about his health.
My father's home, but he's in no condition to be receiving guests.
Can we ask what he's come down with? I could always ask my parents to help him get some medicine.
No need. We'll buy what medicines are needed ourselves. Not that he has any lack of medicine anyway.
We're just concerned for his health. You don't have to be so cold. Athos doesn't want to let us see Benoit.
Sure turned down the temperature quickly. Do concern yourselves too much with the business that is not your own. Very well. Is there anything else? Not, I'll be heading back. Wait! What is it? Is Benoit really ill? Why are you trying to prevent us from seeing Benoit? And why must I allow completely unrelated people to see my father? Just like I said earlier, he's in no condition to see guests. Athos, what is the disturbance outside?
Nothing, Morticia. Just a few kids saying they don't want to see Dad.
You really do get along quite well with children, don't you, Dad? Now, since these kids want to see you, why don't you go say hello to them? I'd like to. Can I? Of course you can, Dad. You're in charge.
The door opens and Benoit slowly emerges. Ah, it's you two again, little one. You're back.
How are you feeling, Mr. Leroy?
Me? Oh, I'm not doing quite so fine, but not to worry. I'm doing my best to rest up. What if the... What? Oh my god. What if, right? This is so down the rabbit hole theory. What if the daughter and the husband are drugging him so that they can get the insurance money? And this is, social security fraud or life insurance fraud or something. I don't know. My daughter and son-in-law are taking very good care of me, so all is well. Just run along home, if you would.
Are you sure you're all right, Dad?
If it's too much for you, you can go back inside.
Benoit sees Athos give him a meaningful glance before silently going back indoors.
This is some kind of fraud. I just don't know what's happening. Well, you've seen him for yourselves. My father really is unwell. Does that satisfy you? There's nothing else. I'm going back inside.
Whee!
Athos ignores all of you. Wow, first of all, that's kind of rude.
Well, at least we gotta say a few good words to Mr. Leroy. I do hope he gets better soon. Looks like I caused trouble for the other people, Miss Paimon. That wasn't what I wanted. Don't think that way. You weren't in any trouble at all. In fact, Paimon thinks that Athos guy is the real problem here. The entire time he was just...
We should go home first, Molly. Paimon and I will be heading back as well.
Huh? Traveler? You... True. I should head back as well. My parents don't like it when I come here, you know? They get mad if they knew I came today. I don't know if we'll get to see Mr. Leroy again. I really wanted to tell him that his snacks were super tasty. Well, could you help me tell him if you see him? After he gets better, I mean.
You have my word.
And Paimon's too! Alright, thank you, Mr. Traveler. I gotta run home now. See ya! What do you think, Traveler? Paimon noticed that you have that "I got something to say" written all over your face as soon as she looked at you.
Let's talk over there.
Sure, let's talk somewhere else. Will this place do? Come on, tell Paimon what's on your mind!
Oh. There's something off about that couple. There's something fishy about their relationship with Benoit. The way this couple deals with outsiders doesn't sit right with me. I think there's something fishy about their relationship with Benoit.
When we first met them a few days back, things seemed fine, but there's something awkward about the way they spoke today.
He's being coerced by the son-in-law. Bennett's daughter is coercing him. I don't know. See, here's the thing. It would be very, very obvious for them to be like, oh, the son-in-law is the actual perpetrator because he is doing all this to us. I think there's a bigger picture. I think Benoit's daughter is coercing.
Well, Paimon didn't quite think that far, but the way she spoke sure did give Paimon goosebumps. Now that you mention it, Paimon kind of gets where that confused feeling was coming from.
There's something off with that couple.
Paimon thinks so too. One of them talks a whole bunch and the other one barely says a word.
Timing of their periods was also too convenient to be a coincidence.
You mean to say that they showed up just as Benoit was thinking about hiring some hourly help, right? Euphrasia said that he was still hiring half a year ago, but in that time,
this couple became his children.
You're right. Everything's just too deliberate. There's something going on with this couple.
The way the couple deal with outsiders doesn't sit right with me.
Exactly! They were nice enough when we first met them, but they sure turned rotten real quickly.
They were only friendly to us when their father was around.
Let Paimon think. That's true. The first time we met, it was right after Benoit went outside that his son-in-law told us not to come around again. They're faking it. Why would they pretend to be friendly in front of their dad? There's gotta be a reason for it.
Well, that's all I got for now.
Traveler, do you think Benoit's in some kind of danger?
Indeed.
Oh, Paimon's got a bad feeling about this. Should we report this to the Maison Gardiennage?
But then let's be real. The police force are just gonna be like, oh, we don't have enough evidence, and then just, ignore it. So, yeah, we also don't know what Benoit feels about all this.
That's true. But in the end, we're here to help him, right? Molly asked us to tell Benoit that his snacks were super tasty, and we gave her our word.
And our word is our sacred bond.
Yeah, Paimon knows you'll always keep your promises. Well, you got a good brain too, so what's our next move?
Let's do some investigating.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of this case. What should we investigate specifically?
Well, here's the thing. The parents are also suspicious of Benoit, so I don't know if it's because of Benoit himself or because of the family members. I think it might be because of Benoit himself. So, maybe Benoit was a serial killer, right? And no one caught him, and he never got sentenced to jail. But everyone kind of knows, so the daughter and the husband keeps him inside, right? And then because they're ashamed of him or something like that. What if Benoit has dementia? I don't know. I don't have a theory. I think we should investigate how Benoit feels about them.
That's right. Look out, world! Ace Detective Paimon and Traveler are going to expose the truth.
It's high noon. Go near Benoit's house to investigate. Okay? Am I not near Benoit's house? I was on the... Who is Pip?
Who's you? Where are you?
Hello? Anyone there? Do you still want your newspaper? Hey! Anyone there? Hello there? Is Benoit not at home? How should I know? Either way, it's right weird. Subscribing to a paper and not collecting it. You can't leave it outside the door? Whenever I delivered here, he would always at least reply, but recently I haven't seen hide nor hair of him at all. The copies of the Steambird I left here are already piling up. You know him, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. We're good friends of his.
Good friends? Whatever. How about I give you the papers and you pass them along when you see him? All yours, Paimon. Sent then. Did my best to deliver them. Don't you turn around and say I didn't. Got other things to do.
That said, we haven't seen him recently either.
You too. Seriously, he's been busy with recently. Could he have gone back to his old home? I haven't heard anything about that, though. You want to give me his address? You gonna dox him? That's right, his old place over at Fleur Cassandra.
Wait, so that's where he used to live?
Wait, you didn't know that he moved here from down there? Are you really his friends? Listen, I met him like 3 days ago. It's fine. What? Forget it. No need to explain. I don't care a whit about your relationship. Just get the newspapers to him. I'll be grateful. Okay, here you go. I'm off. Right, bye. Jesus.
Feels like there's a lot we don't understand about Benoit. You think this might have something to do with what we're investigating?
More info, the better.
Alright then. Next up, let's check around his house a bit. Maybe we'll learn a bit more about him. That said, we can't make it too much noise, or we'll alert that couple.
What if I knocked on the door? What if I straight up just knocked? We've already decided to investigate any strange going-ons regarding the Leroy family. Knocking on the door would only alert them to what we're doing. The door speaks? Let's knock again once we have a better understanding of the situation. Sure, I guess.
Well, there are those strange boxes. Also, there's dirt every single day that we get here. I think someone's smuggling something. Hi, Nan. Oh, someone fed you. I wonder how Nana fits into all this. What's up with the strange boxes? You've seen these boxes near Benoit's house before. Judging by the traces left in the layer of dust covering them, they've been opened quite... They've been opened quite recently. Up close, the rank smell of fish and dampness assaults your nostrils. But when you passed by before, the boxes haven't been moved. Where did the smell come from? There's a dead body! No, probably not.
Ah, it stinks like a sewer. This stuff didn't smell like this when we came around a few days ago. Didn't Benoit say that he used these to store old furniture and stuff?
And maybe a dead body!
Where'd this horrible stench come from then? Did some new stuff get dumped here? There's a piece of paper sticking out. Let's take a look.
Pliers 1, saw 1, candles 3. What if... Wait, what if they were summoning something? What if, actually, they're all part of a cult? This is... I'm getting worse. Every time I do this, it's getting worse. Oh my god.
This receipt's been torn up. Only half of it's left. Huh. Berkari's General Store. Where have we seen that name somewhere, haven't we?
Strange traces. Has a slick, oily sensation when your shirt half lit by a candle. Okay, so the candle from the crate was used here. Who lingered here with a candle in hand and for what purpose?
That box looks completely out of place and it stinks.
I suspect it was brought here from Fleur Cassandra.
Meaning that someone from Benoit's family went there recently. And he was from there himself, wasn't he? All the clues we've got to do with that place, traveler. We'll probably get more useful information there.
Let's go then.
Off to Fleur Cassandra. All we know about Benoit Leroy is he did live in the Fleur Cassandra. But we don't have a clue exactly where. Hoping we had some clues to help us narrow things down.
Ask around. There's a lot of people. Oh, what can you tell me about Benoit Leroy? The name's one I heard, but I can't say I know him.
I guess I'm finally.
So he
on
has
the
a
right
reputation,
path.
is what I'm understanding.
No, I really
Know him?
need those.
No, you don't have any. Maybe the bartender knows? You tend to know things. No, you don't know things. Never mind. I was incorrect in my assumption. Hello, can I stop getting stuck in the chair? Legal advisor, do you know anything? No. The city isn't normal? I guess so, yeah. It is an underground city. Y'all know shit? No. Y'all know anything? No. General goods store manager know anything? What can you tell me about this receipt? Recent sale of pliers, saws, and candles. Well, now, that's a strange question. If you want ingredients for snacks, I've got them aplenty, but these things are difficult to move, darling. I haven't got many in stock.
We don't want to buy this stuff, ma'am. We're just asking if someone else came to purchase them from you recently.
Oh, let me think then. Yes, I remember some people indeed. It was two youngsters, man and a woman. They bought these items several days ago. They said they wanted to do some woodworking at home, but needed some tools. Is something the matter?
Oh, no. We're just doing a socioeconomic survey.
A socio-economic survey, you say? Huh, you're looking for information on them, aren't you? This happens all too often, little one. No need to try so hard to make excuses. The two of them went to Benoit Leroy's old house, if that's what you're asking.
could you tell me anything about Benoit?
Ah, so that's what you're here for. Well, then there's no surprise.
That child just ran up real quick.
Once you reach a certain age, your past will catch up with you. It matters not what you move to.
Do you know anything about this, man?
Me? Well, I wasn't very close to Benoit, so if you'd like to know more about his family, you should look for Snodgrass.
Go on, then.
Snodgrass is a right layabout. You should be able to find him loitering about nearby.
Homie's about to kill him, is what I'm hearing. Snodgrass, which, that's a name.
Ugh, so boring. Want to work? When am I going to get rich?
Okay, tell me about Benoit Leroy?
Leroy? I heard that name before. Give me a second. Right, I got it. Benoit Leroy owned a stall that sold all kinds of stuff. Also, who are you? And why are you asking after this kind of stuff?
Actually, we just hope you'll cooperate with us.
Wait. Has he done something wrong?
Nothing.
Right. Get you now. But, can I ask real quick? You guys from Spina de Rusolo or the Maison Gardiennage?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. I don't know why we're reading him Miranda rights.
Wow, you're really good at this, traveler.
All right, I'll get it. What's any more questions? Well, it's not like he made an honest fortune or nothing in it. Fontaine's got a lot of laws. He's probably broken quite a few.
Homie said in it. Okay.
Anyway, officer, you come to the right fella. Let me tell you, I know all about Benoit. No one knows him better. Not much that scoundrel Benoit won't stoop to.
Interesting.
I'm old enough to get married, so should be an old fogey by now, huh? Anyway, I remember that his daughter, Autumn, was a real beauty. Shame he never let any of us talk to her.
Autumn? Morticia?
That's right. Autumn Leroy, his adopted daughter. Just think about it. He was quite a fella selling flotsam and jetsam, making a little more here and there. How did he suddenly get rich enough to move up to the surface so fast, huh?
Money laundering! It was money laundering and murder.
How else? By using his daughter, of course. Poor pretty little thing. Forced her to marry some rich old coot, he did. And what do you know? That rich old fuck kicked the bucket after just a few years, leaving his house to her. What's hers is Benoit's, all in all, a pretty quick way to earn a life up there, if you catch my drift.
So child trafficking was not on my bingo card for this?
Why he get to be the one to get rich overnight? I mean, what an old bloodsucker, am I right?
Hey, did something like that actually happen? Let's press him further.
So, officer, what's that you wanted to ask about? I mean, if this stuff's useful to you, you could say I've contributed to Fontaine's security, yeah? And wouldn't you say that the Maison might want to fetch a productive, upstanding citizen such as myself?
We already knew all of what you said.
Depends on what else you got to share. Oh, lots and lots. I mean, this little Cassandra. No one gets a good night's sleep around here without having a few other people's secrets in their keeping, eh? Now, Autumn's second husband. Oh, yes. She remarried right quick.
Oh my god, I'm switching between two different accents.
She remarried right quick, she did. Live a bit farther off, so we didn't hear from her for ages. The next time we heard a peep from her, well, she done that.
And what's that?
Wait. You don't know, officer? She murdered her second husband. Got hauled off to the fortress of Merope for her trouble, too. You're investigating Benoit, and you didn't even know about that? She murdered her second husband? This seems like a lie. This seems like something you made up. List of the people involved in the case didn't check documents very carefully, I see. Very disappointing. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. I feel like he's lying. What if... Okay, I don't think Benoit's a good person, right? I don't think Benoit's a good person. But also, what if he forced his daughter to marry these old guys, and then he just murdered the husbands so that one, his daughter didn't have to deal with them anymore, and then two, he get insurance money. Sounds like that's a possibility. Here's a list of the people involved in the case. Officer Paimon.
Oh. Sorry, Captain Traveler. This won't happen again.
Okay, continue. Right. Let's just get into that. Now, I heard from someone else myself, but rumor has it that Autumn asked for her father to take the stand at her trial, but he refused. So Autumn was sent to the Fortress of Meripede when her father killed him. Now, Benoit was unmarried, and she was his only kid, right? And if I can recall, even though she was adopted, her parents were related to him by blood. Either way, since her one and only father didn't take the witness stand at her trial, naturally, she didn't have a chance. Just packed straight off to the fortress. Now, as to whether he did it just so that he could take the house for himself, or he had some kind of disagreement with the girl, I'm not going to guess too much. He usually puts on a friendly show, though, huh? I remember he always used to give out snacks. Would have guessed he was so cold-blooded. You know, officer, you haven't so much as frowned this whole time. Now, I thought I was a cold fish, but are you sure you don't have ice in your veins? It's a matter of professionalism. And ain't that worth respect? Now then, officers, what's the story with Benoit's crimes? How serious are they? No comment. Ha! That bad, huh? Well, what about his house? Will it be confiscated? It's a possibility. Ha! I knew it! Rats might scurry up to the surface, but a rat's still a rat. Thanks, officers, for making my day. Look forward to meeting you all again down here in the Fleur Cassandra.
This. Paimon's feeling a bit conflicted about this. His Benoit made a really good impression at first.
We've only heard one side of the tale from a random person.
That's true, but Paimon doesn't think we can keep trusting Benoit like before. Paimon hates his feeling. Still, it's a good thing Paimon can always trust you.
Unless...
Anyway, this sure has a lot of food for thought. Paimon feels kind of queasy about it all. Let's get out of the Fleur Cassandra as quick as we can.
Let's go then.
Time to get some sun on our skin.
Literally just foreshadowing. All of this is just foreshadowing.
You need.
Oh, I have to actually attempt to leave Fleur Cassandra. What you got over here, buddy? Why are you telling me to walk? Y'all got information for me? Is that... Is that the dude? Hello? Is the cat a part of the scheme? The Fleur Cassandra area just doesn't smell nice. It's not like quite like upstairs where the air is the furthest thing from foul. How was it? Did you have fun strolling about the Fleur Cassandra? Sure you have a good time talking to Snodgrass.
You were following us?
How long have you been tailing us? I have no interest in bandying words with children. Even if you were to go home and tattle to your parents, I doubt they believe you. What parents? I'm looking for my sibling! Word of advice. Sometimes what you see or hear is neither real nor true. When it comes to other people's affairs, don't insist on meddling until after you've gotten the full picture. By the way, Pip said that our newspapers are in your possession. I'd like you to return them, thank you. You have little choice but to give the newspaper to Athos. Gives you a cold look before swiftly turning and departing. What if those papers are important. They're not actually newspapers, but it's a code.
Paimon's got a bad feeling about that guy.
Ditto. Stay in the middle, like you a little.
This is so annoying! It feels like we just discovered something, but we can't put the pieces together! And Paimon's kinda confused now! Benoit's a good person who's in danger, and we should be helping him! That's what's going on, right?
Don't be so quick to judge.
Really? Would that be okay? Oh, Paimon's assumptions have been overturned so many times these past few days, she's got a lot of brain juice! But you sure are calm about all this? If Paimon was a bit on the stupid side, you wouldn't hold it against Paimon, would you?
You're not. I'm not gonna lie. Of course I wouldn't, Paimon.
I knew it! You're the bestest, most reliable person in the world! Paimon's so lucky to have you! You know, when you think about it like that, maybe Paimon's actually pretty smart.
Don't get ahead of yourself, buddy.
It's just that she didn't quite grasp the whole situation at first. Yeah, it's gotta be like that! Well then, it's time for Paimon to put her brilliant little brain to work!
At least you can admit you have a little brain.
And figure out what we should do next. Have we, accidentally alerted them that we're onto them? If so, maybe we should just observe Benoit's house to see if there's any new developments, right?
All we can do for now.
Alrighty then, let's return later.
Hangman's Noose. Observe what's going on near Benoit's end. There's nothing here. Am I supposed? Oh.
Traveler, look! Fresh fish, and the door looks so clean too! Someone just tidied up. There's someone in Benoit's house for sure. Let's go over and listen.
Oh my god, we're snooping. He's right. He can't just disappear altogether. At the very least, he needs to be seen once in a while, out on a walk or something like that. Nothing else will stop the neighbors from calling the Maison Gardiennage. Rather not have the Special Patrol's musketeers breathing down our necks. Dad, you really want to go out for a walk, don't you? Can I? Of course you can. Not only that, we'd be delighted to come with you. Careful now, don't let him use it as an opportunity to call for help. Those two weirdos have been watching this place like hawks. Weirdos! I would never be able to investigate because as soon as they said that, I was so loud. Dad won't do that, I'm sure. Dad, you wouldn't want the Maison Gardiennage to know.
Do you know what? What are they speaking so quietly for? Paimon can't hear a thing! They're about to cut out, shut up! Okay, we need to move further away. This time we have to think of a way to speak with Benoit, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's scoot!
How is it, Dad? Are you feeling any better now? It's you! What? How do you see me?
Benoit!
Help me! I mean, don't help me! You saying, Dad? What's all this help me, don't help me business? Oh, it's you two! No wonder Dad went out of his way to talk to you. You are acquainted, after all. No, I don't. We don't know each other at all. No? Why would they be waiting here just for you then, Dad? They were even nice to get the paper for us. Why, they went to Fleur Cassandra to talk to our old neighbor Snodgrass. I think you must be very close. No wonder. You've always loved kids, haven't you, Dad? I love kids too, but I'm afraid I'm not as selfless as my father. I love my own child the most, but she's gone. What? What are you doing? Athos and I are father's children. Dad loves us, and we love him too. Isn't it obvious? Morticia, look how lovely the weather is today. Perfect for a walk. So it is, Athos. Have you seen today's Steambird? There are quite a few interesting stories. Oh dear, I fear I haven't. There's one in particular about an old man who met an unfortunate end. Apparently he encountered some thieves. And just as there was no one by his side looking out for him, he ended up falling off a cliff and died. Oh, this sounds like those Facebook stories, like the WhatsApp stories that like try to invoke fear in people. Oh, really? The horror! That's so terrible. And another about an unlucky merchant who drowned. It seems he drank too much and walked into a lake in stupor, and just like that, he drowned. Ah, my word, truly unlucky. And this last one is very interesting. It's all about meddling busybody who just couldn't keep their nose out of other people's business. He just accidentally took the wrong medicine. He mistook poison for medicine for his illness. And just like that, he swallowed the lot. And then he ended up dying very, very painfully. Okay, I get it. They're all threats. You want to keep going? Oh my, there really are so many ways to die. Please go on. Sorry, I won't ever do it again. Whatever are you talking about, Dad? We're not trying to say it was your fault or anything, but you must be tired after running around so much. Athos, why don't we go back and read the newspaper to Dad? You subscribe to a lot of papers, don't you, Dad? That's right. We've been chatting long enough. We ought to go back now. Let's go back together, Daddy dearest.
Something's fishy. Something's fishy. Even Paimon can tell that there's something off about all this. Traveler, you're the brighter spark here. What do we do next?
Benoit wants help but insists he doesn't. That couple may have come from Fleur Cassandra. From their reactions, I say that there's some hidden factors at work. I may have some theories, but no evidence to back them up.
Man, how about we go take another look at Benoit's house? Wasn't there a strange box by his back window? There's definitely something in there. It might just be the proof you're looking for.
I love that Nolette's out here and we're just... Oh, wait, we're so far from the house, actually.
I need to get out more.
Also, the two people have been outside for so long. Like these two, specifically. They're just chilling here. Like, they didn't see any of that happening? Okay. Hi, Nana. Y'all say the same thing. Okay, box time. Dude, you cornered us? Okay, first of all, we have gliders, so we can fly. But, god damn it. Considering how persistent you two are, I didn't expect you to just leave it at that. Okay, so first of all, just let us be. How about that? Thought you'd go running to the Maison Guardian Edge, but you didn't. Looks like you have a few ideas of your own. How are you two actually related to Benoit? To tell you the truth, you've impressed me quite a bit. If only you'd put your enthusiasm to better use, you'd have bright futures ahead of you. It's just a shame you won't be getting anywhere with this. You really aren't afraid, are you? You picked the wrong person to intimidate. Oh. So you really not have a clue what's going on here? Is it because you think you're on the side of justice? Incidentally, there was an article recently about a merchant who drowned. His name was Brandt. That fellow sure had a way with words, all right. Guess what? According to the paper, turns out he didn't drown after all. But he was in fact murdered and thrown into the lake. After a very long investigation, all that the Marshoff Phantom was able to conclude is that he was murdered, and that the murderer was guilty of a heinous crime. So, that's what the news report said. Who knows what actually happened, or even which one of them deserved to die more? Murderer, or the victim? A tough question, isn't it? I haven't decided what the answer is yet either. Anyway, I digress. This has nothing to do with what we need to discuss.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that acting recklessly before you fully understood the situation is foolish. It might bring about some undesirable consequences. Yeah, I think witnessing injustice and doing nothing, that's truly folly. Because, like, doing nothing is also a choice, right? Well, perhaps if we met under different circumstances, we'd be friends. Though I like the way you think. I have things to do. This is as far as my patience can be stretched. Next time I see you two anywhere near my house, I'll do something about it. Mark my words. After muttering something inexplicable, Athos leaves. Rude. His bizarre attitude surprises you, and you start to wonder what position you should take on the matter. You suddenly hear a faint tapping sound coming from the back window, and then a barely audible creak. A note drops from the window. Benoit! There's brown writing on the note. Looks like someone wrote it in real hurry, and appears that they used coffee to do so.
Quick, see what it says!
Help me, please! Help me, please! They're criminal scum trying to swindle me on my property. Their plan was revealed and now they got me trapped in my own home, hoping to coerce me into submission. Help me, please! I'll find some chance to escape, so please cooperate with me. The day I'm ready, I'll place bullfruit into the cat bowl as my door. That day I ask you to come get me at the rear window of my house. Please, I beg of you, save me. Otherwise I fear I shall be tortured to death.
It's Benoit! Shush! Sorry. Anyway, let's keep an eye out for the food bowl and wait for a signal.
I'd never be friends with your stinky rich bozo ass! Exactly! You should write a shorter message. Using coffee is crazy. Okay, so we know the signal. We have to wait when Nana gets a bowl of bullfruit, I suppose. Nana has the orange.
Bullfruit! It's time! You should wait nearby until it's nighttime!
Oh.
I'm so nervous! Based on what the note said, we just need to wait for him here!
Then we wait. I have a few questions for him. Also, what if it wasn't Benoit who gave us the note? What if it was actually Athos?
Okay, it's your call!
After quietly and patiently waiting for a bit, the window opens with a creak and a familiar face appears. Benoit surveys the environment cautiously, and after seeing you both here, carefully climbs out. It was actually him.
Benoit, just wonder... Quickly, if I'm discovered, it'll be all over for me. We can go, right? Benoit, the person you're chasing is Morticia, isn't she? But you said it was Autumn!
I need to get out.
That means the woman you saw a few days ago is your daughter, Autumn, right?
Autumn's here to take revenge. I need a ride to Navia.
Revenge? Huh? What did you do bad things to your daughter? Your Paimon thought you were a nice guy.
I mean, we need to escape. We have to escape. The house was hers anyway. If she takes it back, she'll take it back. It's fine. If I lose my life, I'll lose everything, please. You've been helping me the past few days. When you help someone, you help them to the end, right? Please stay for a bit longer. Please, I'm begging you. I don't know what I'll encounter if I'm on my own. Please, I beg of you.
Stop interrupting Paimon! Paimon's had enough of these over the past few days. Not are you willing to explain anything? So stop cutting off Paimon and let her talk! We heard from Benoit's old neighbors that Autumn was sent to the Fortress of Therapy, but now she's back! And Athos, who is he?
Autumn hasn't been doing well. She hates me, so she isn't willing to stay in jail. I don't know where she found that little helper Athos, but she escaped just to come kill me. She's changed so much. Other than the color of her eyes, everything's different. She disguised herself as a stranger just to get close to me. She wants to swindle me on my wealth and kill me. But I won't die like that. It's okay. The house was hers anyway, so if she takes it back, she'll take it back. If I lose my life, I lose everything. I lose everything. He's saying the same things over and over again, which is incredibly suspicious. Queen of the Night, Aria. Wait, okay, if it's referencing Mozart, this makes it even more confusing. Benoit boards the aquabus in a hurry alongside you. He seems to be in frenzy, constantly talking to himself. Oh.
Why are you running, Benoit? Why are you running? Why are you running?
Her house was hers anyway. Takes it back, then she takes it back. It's fine. If I lose my life, though, I can't lose it here still.
Benoit, we almost couldn't keep up. Why are you running so fast?
When the flow combs. Huh? The cradle will rock. I am terrified. Athos!
Hello, Dad. And it's over. When Autumn told me you were planning to escape, I was quite surprised. We kept you locked up for so long, you still haven't completely collapsed or had a breakdown. In fact, you even tried to seize the opportunity to encourage these two heroes of justice to assist with your escape. I find your will to live quite moving. All of the places you could have run off to. In the end, you chose a place you and Autumn used to visit together. What a foolish blunder. No need to explain. I understand. When people are panicked, they naturally and instinctively tread the path they find the most familiar, do they not? Luckily, Autumn left after you. She hasn't made it here yet, but I do not wish to discuss this in front of her. So, what are you thinking? I truly don't get it. Under the guise of marriage, you sold her to others as though she was being a commodity. And you did it twice. The first time you traded her for a big house in the Court of Fontaine. The second time, you randomly chose someone just to get rid of her. The property and everything else would be yours alone. She was bullied and humiliated. You chose to turn a blind eye. She gave you her child, her second marriage to raise. Yeah, you got rid of her child too. I can only surmise it was so you could take the money meant for the child's support and care. How can you give sweets to children with a clear conscience and ask them to come around to your home as guests beyond me? Doesn't your conscience twinge in the slightest? You ever feel like the smallest pang of guilt? Even for a moment? I find it completely baffling. To be honest, I only first met Autumn when she was out on the streets. She's a very gentle mother. She cares greatly for my friend's daughter, Penny. She goes a day without seeing her, her little Penny will throw a fit about wanting to see her again. Oh, and if you think you still have a chance to return the tables, think again. Autumn has a whole lot of friends now, not just me. It doesn't matter where you scurry off to. We'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Why must a soul like hers be tormented so, and have nothing, while a scoundrel like you lives a life of luxury? Something doesn't seem right about that to me. No need to wax philosophical. It isn't worth it. Huh? Appears you overheard.
Oh, so you're Autumn! Paimon finally has an idea of what's going on! The Leroy family sure is complicated. Traveler, we've been following Benoit all the way here, but it turns out a lot of things are completely different from what we imagined. Now that it turned out like this, do we still involve ourselves? It's up to you.
Here's my thing. Inaction is also an action, so do we want to let them take care of it? Which, I don't know what taking care of it is. Like locking him inside of a house? All the time? Like, can't you just, I don't know, accuse him of money laundering, but like the money would still, I guess they want to live a cushy life with the money that they now have from Benoit because he did all these things to him, but also like he suffered at the hands of those people. I do know what taking care of it is. I think everyone kind of knows what happens. What happened to Autumn, right? It's giving Les Miserables. Just a little bit. A smidge, even. I think... I I don't know. It's kind of just like, do you want to take an eye for an eye? If something like that were to happen. I'm gonna let them take care of it. I know that's a hot take, and that's very much an eye for an eye, but I think in this case, Autumn should get the choice because her entire life, she didn't have a choice what her father did to her, right? So, to give her back her own power, I think she should have the choice. Whether or not it is murder or like just locking him away forever, I think she should have the option to choose. Also, I don't know if that's our place to actually comment on because we assumed so much from this story, right? We assumed that Benoit was a good guy. He had this facade of being so nice to us, and that's why we trusted him in the first place. But again, you can't judge a book by its cover. I don't feel bad for the old guy who sold his daughter and then his daughter simply asked him to take care of her daughter and he tossed her too. Poor woman really probably lost it. And here's the thing, any man willing to take a bride that had no consent in the marriage likely didn't care about her consent in other matters. Exactly. So I think in this case, she should be able to have the choice to do what she wanted to do. So I'm not going to interfere. Oh, my dear Autumn, do you really want to do this to me? What child of the Cassandra was as lucky as you? The sweets you ate, your satin dresses, the novels you adored, all those required money. While others shuddered and starved, you were wearing pretty dresses and putting necklaces on your dog. I gave you that life, so you don't think I should get some kind of reward? After all, there's no such thing as a free ride. Me? Cruel to you? I have been generous enough. Autumn, think back carefully. What part of your life did I not prepare for you? Every time you went astray and met with misfortune, it was due to your own willful decisions. Ah, Mr. Benoit. Simply are amazing at a twisting word until the logic itself is completely inverted. Proclaiming generosity and kindness while only seeking to further your selfish ends. In the end, it's all about you, isn't it? Your so-called kindness will only ever attempt to fatten me up like a lamb for the slaughter. Spare me your lies. The existence of my compassion and the pity for you now is to give you a quick death. But before that, tell me, where is my child? Whether at the old home or the house you live in now, there isn't a trace of her or her whereabouts. Where did you send her? If I tell you, will you let me go? No. Well, I'll let you die less painfully. I don't tell you I die. If I tell you I die anyway. There's nothing in it for me, then why should I make things easier for you? Awesome. You really never do tell a lie, do you? Now we'll never find out where she went. Well, you happen to know where she is, but I won't tell you. Nope, I'll never tell. We'll never find her. Never, 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 never. I'm going to take him away. I'll be bringing him back to his own home. Do you two have any objections? I'm not going to interfere.
You guys take care of it yourselves. It's none of our business.
Benoit keeps repeating you will never ever find her over and over as Silent Autumn takes him away. Wasn't planning on letting anyone know any of this. After all, she has a arrest warrant out for her. It's probably worth mentioning that I too am the subject of such a warrant. If you go to the Masong Guardianage now and file a report, you should be able to pocket a hefty sum. But I would advise against you doing so. If you do, our friends will not forget. Feel free to find out for yourselves. I won't report anything, I don't need the money.
I mean, this is honestly just a question of what you find justice to be. Like, do you think eye for an eye is justice? Do you think taking revenge for someone against someone is a form of justice, even if it means that you do unsavory things? I don't know, but I don't think in this case I would report it.
That's what I thought you'd say. In any case, this rainbow rose is for you. We favor this flower on account of its rich symbolism. Right now, it symbolizes a warning. A warning not to change your mind about what you just said. Farewell.
So what just happened? What a complicated family. Paimon doesn't know what to say about all that. It's a good thing we didn't report anything to the Masong Guardianage earlier. Paimon feels bad for Autumn, though. She never managed to find her kid in the end. And Paimon thought that Benoit was such a nice guy, too. Do you think Paimon's easy to fool?
Your brain cells die lonely deaths is a wild line? Yeah.
Hey, that's going too far! Mucking Paimon at a time like this. Ha! Paimon won't forgive you unless you treat her to a big meal at Hotel de Board!
Is there another... That I will catch you, cradle, and all. What the heck happened? Hello, what the heck was that? Hello, what quest was that? I'm scared now. Something minor or accidental, not even slightly, but selling someone or someone's serious crimes, yeah, I'd be willing to look away. Yeah, the fact that her choice was removed from her for so long, sending her to the Masong Guardianage would once again bring her to not have a choice. And I don't think I would be okay with that. I don't even want to think about what happened to her in both marriages. Yeah, exactly. Autumn was in a position of power. Like, she didn't have any power in that relationship. Her father basically abused her. Like, first of all, it's money laundering. It's insurance scam. I don't know. Like, she didn't have a choice from the very beginning. So I don't think she was in the wrong to do this, right? Will she suffer consequences because of it? Yes. I'm not saying that I would be okay with murder, even if something like this were to happen, but I could understand the reasoning why this would happen. Can Shiori come throw a man off the roof? I mean, might as well, right? House for sale? This house is for sale. Very reasonable price. Purchase before it's too late.
Mr. Traveler? Is Paimon? It seems like Mr. Leroy doesn't live here anymore. Have you seen him? Hey, wanna tell the truth?
Nope, girly pop. I have not seen him. I don't know where he is.
Oh, that's a pity.
I suppose I'll never get to see Mr. Leroy again, huh?
Maybe it's for the better. I bought some real fruit over and was planning on giving it to him if I saw him, but since he doesn't live here anymore,
Why don't you take them?
but no matter what, I think I'll always remember Mr. Leroy. Bye-bye.
Molly sighs and waves goodbye. Just as she's about to leave, the door opens and Autumn and Athos walks out. So, it's you guys. You're still here. Okay. Not the end Benoit house, Benoit.
So, it was your voices we heard outside. Is there something you want?
No, we were just passing by. Nothing happened.
Really? Small world. Autumn and I were just leaving. Oh, he's already gone somewhere else. A place that will only be going after a few decades. I don't think you'll be seeing him anytime soon. Oh, it's hard to say. Which will come first? Tomorrow? Or an untimely end? Who knows? Ah, and isn't this the little rascal who's always looking for him?
Hi, lady.
You look just like her. You even have lavender eyes.
Lady, can I help you?
How old are you?
I'm 9.
What are your parents' names?
Are you okay, lady?
Expression. Something wrong with the kid. Wait. This can't be a coincidence, can it? Are you adopted? Tell me.
Mr. Traveler? You know this lady? What is she doing?
With questions like that, allow me. Young miss, I remember you're very close with our dad. Right?
Yeah, Mr. Leroy treats me really well. Mr. Son-in-law. Does he not live here anymore?
That's right. He is gone somewhere very far away. Won't be coming back again, unfortunately. What does our dad usually talk with you about? Can you tell me? When I go back, I can tell him how much you miss him.
Mr. Leroy always treats me to snacks, let me pet with Nana, and tells me my eyes are pretty.
Anything else?
He often tells me to say hi to my mama and papa for him, but they don't really like that. Papa gets really angry and says that Mr. Leroy's a bad person, and that he's blackmailing them. So, they forbidden me from coming here. I made an agreement with Mr. Leroy, so I sneak over. Please don't tell Papa, mister.
Just like him. He won't stop squeezing until he's wrung the very last drop of value out. Bastard. Sorry. We were talking about something else just now.
Mister? Lady? Is there anything else? If not, I'll just go home now.
Do your mother and father love you?
They're the best parents in the whole wide world!
That's good then.
I'm going home now. Bye, lady! Bye, mister! I'm out of here!
Goodbye.
Is this really okay? Are you really okay?
I've imagined this scene time and time again, but nothing is better than knowing that she's happy. That's enough for me. I'm not my father. I don't want to cause any trouble for her current family. I don't mean to be that guy, but didn't you buy a music box for her? Are you not going to give it to her now? No, there's no need. She doesn't look like she lacks for things like that. I'll think of ways to keep visiting her in the future. Whatever she needs, I'll find a way. I'll give the music box to someone else. After all, I spent a lot of time and effort picking it out. Excuse me, little white-haired girl. Do you like gifts?
You mean Paimon? Hey, you want to give this to Paimon?
Yes, I do. So, it's a gift, so please, enjoy it. I hope it will still have a bit of value to you. Sorry, Athos. But I think we'll need to stay in the Court of Fontaine a bit longer. Don't worry. It's all the same to me. Let's go. You watch the two of them walk away, leaving the street behind. Thus, the story of the Leroy family draw to an end.
Oh no, oh no.
Autumn's Gift, a musical toy sold at Burton's House of Curiosities. Very popular amongst children. This one appears to have been bought a while back and is no longer the latest model available in the store. Presents are for sending to people. If they cannot be sent to their original destination, then let them at least be left with one who will treasure them.
That's so sad. Part of me wonders if it was truly a nice thing because he was blackmailing the parents, so he might have had the kiss close by in case he could get use out of her later. I think so too. I think Molly's parents are people who may have also come out of the Fortress of Meripede, and like Benoit was using those people at some point, and like their crimes could have been worse than what they were actually sentenced for. So what Benoit did was say, hey, I know you guys did some terrible things. If I give this kid to you, I won't snitch. So that would help him take care of the kid, because let's be real, he didn't want to deal with that kid at all. Just like he didn't want to deal with his daughter. So it would give him a reason and like something in his pocket to use for later, and then also keep the girl away from Autumn. If this was an Inazuma, for example, I would have turned a blind eye, but I trust Nouvelette to deal with him. That would also depend on Nouvelette's form of justice, right? Here's the thing. Remember in Nouvelette's story, right? This wasn't an act of self-defense. When the Melazine, I forgot her name, but the Melazine was killed, she sacrificed herself because people were attacking her, right? The captain of the guard basically took revenge for her, and he ended up killing the people that killed that Melazine. In that case, Nouvelette ruled against the captain, even though it was a form of revenge. He did not think that that revenge was justified. Now, we don't know any information about whether or not Nouvelette would decide that killing someone in an act of revenge out of self-defense would be something that could be part. So I genuinely don't know what Nouvelette's answer would be. But that's also like the discussion of whether or not you think vigilante justice is also a form of justice. Vigilantes are needed in places like Inazuma or Gotham, where normal police struggle to hold people accountable. But in Fontaine, vigilantes should not be a thing because so far we have no real reasons to believe police are corrupt. Police in Fontaine can be corrupt though. Yes, exactly. We did see it in Lynette's story. You're so right. She was corrupt. I completely forgot about that story. He also convicted Rio, who killed his abusive adoptive parents. Nouvelette doesn't take his own personal sense of morality into account when he makes ruling. Yeah, exactly. I think in this case, he might view it as it was still another act of murder, therefore you would need to go to the Fortress of Meripede. He also wanted to side with his friend who killed for the Melazine but chose not to. I'm thinking he'd be willing to listen to them regardless of how he felt. Like if he gave a true argument of why they should be spared, I think it was willing to decree them not guilty. True, but this was also when he was following the Oratress. That is true. This was when he was following the Oratress. Both of these judgments were pre-Oratress. Honestly, if it came down to trusting the justice system, I trust Rio more than... Yeah, I kind of trust Rio. Rio has a different sense of justice than Nuvi. I think Nuvi's form of justice is very rigid, personally. So that's why I think that he would have sent Autumn to the Fortress of Meripede. I think Rio would actually fuck his shit up if he was sentenced down there, right? Like, Rio would 100% have let Autumn have a chill time in the Fortress of Meripede and for him to, like, suffer at the hands of his fists, you know? Isn't Fontaine justice bias judgment at this point? I think you can relate this to real life. All forms of justice is biased judgment. There's a reason why in jury cases, right, they eliminate jurors based on if you've had a similar experience before, and if you think you cannot, basically it's up to the person's own judgment whether or not you can view a case without bias. There's also a reason why, like we've seen with the game Among Us, that sometimes even though you have an unbiased jury, if a narrative sways a certain way, it doesn't mean that it's justice. It just means that a lot of people think the same thing. You know, maybe it's just because of my own personal experiences. I have had enough experiences with peoples of higher powers making choices that I didn't perceive as justified. So maybe that's why I let Autumn make her decision this way, because I personally don't believe that the order that has been set up within Fontaine will actually give her a proper sense of justice, right? I just find it in bad form for us to stand by here. That's fair. That's very fair. But I don't think it was us standing by. I think we were making the deliberate choice to let things happen, because inaction is a form of action. I don't think Autumn will find peace in she definitely won't find peace in killing him. There is no peace in revenge. I believe that she is probably going to be haunted for her rest of her life. But also, I think it's up to her to make that choice. I also personally don't like revenge. I don't think eye for an eye should be a thing, but I think it's a better choice for her to make that choice. And I think genuinely she will be haunted with it for the rest of her life. Not only for what he did, but because she also ended up killing the dad. I feel like in her own way, being haunted by her choice would be her preference solely because it was her choice. That is true, yeah. I felt bad for her when I chose to interfere because she explains how she never gets to choose what she wanted, but as the character wanting to give her a chance of choosing what to do in her life, I feel like it would be best for her to do that after her whole dad thing and let the guy rot in the fortress so he can decide what to do with their life instead of killing him and living in fear of being caught and suffering again for life. That isn't, you know what? That is a very interesting take to have. Like making the choice for someone so that they would prevent the other person from, I guess, suffering at the hands of this. I think sometimes people need to be stopped. She'll have plenty more choices ahead of her, finally being free from prison and her father's. That is true. I will also say that I don't know how the fucking Fontaine justice system works and like what happens after you leave the Fortress of Meripede, but we all know like some details of it. But it seems like once you've been convicted, it places like a stain on you. Like people don't view you the same way once you get out of jail. I mean, that happens in real life too. Like people who were incarcerated, like when they were young, they don't get to experience the way other people's experience because they were jailed for something that they did. So I think deep inside Autumn's still that scared girl. She never truly grew up. I think so too. I think she is riddled with trauma and that she hasn't been able to like step out of that because of everything that's happened to her. I do think I did my choice out of kindness, even if it hurts to see her at the moment. I think you are trying your best to make a choice that would benefit her in the long term. So I don't think you did it out of malice. Like neither of these choices I don't think would ever be done out of malice. The retribution is us dragging the old bastard back to Fontaine and giving a private session with Severos. I would love that. I would love if like we told like someone like Chevy or Charlotte, him being slandered in the papers or something like that. When you interfere, the dad escapes and she finds out the truth about her child in a more sweet way. Oh, she's free to visit the kid whenever she likes now just because the girl doesn't feel like she's a weird adult. When the Athos says the dad died in the forest anyway. Okay, so it's kind of like, is it a sense of justice if the person who perpetrated these things, like, would you be okay with someone still out there doing these things, possibly being able to do these things to other people? This is the first quest where your choices actually give you a different ending. Really? Ah, that's interesting. That's interesting. They're reinforcing your decision. The bittersweet ending feels fitting for those who chose her autonomy and after she has the freedom to leave the country and start anew, knowing that her daughter is being cared for. But if you choose to interfere, you get to see her still visit the kid and being taken care of the Meripede. So it's kind of just like they're making sure that you are okay with your decision afterwards. Like they're justifying your decision in the end. Either way, you feel like you chose right. Interesting. I mean, there really is no right or wrong answer. Just people have different experiences and how they live life. It was a tough choice, but I trust my choice. That's fair. When it comes down to what each of us individually value, those who value autonomy will let her decide. Those of us who want her to live well might choose differently. Those of us who value justice will also make their own choice. This quest serves to make us think about those things and what we value. And honestly, I appreciate that because like Fontaine has been really good with being like, okay, we are giving you a bunch of quests where you have to decide your own moral standing on what you think justice is. And like, it honestly makes us think. Like if you read into the story, it makes you think a lot about what you yourself would actually think what justice is. Some of us think that the form of justice would be like solved via an institution, like it either through court or through the police, something like that. Some of us think that vigilante work is also a form of justice, like being able to get revenge for something that was done in a previous form. So it's honestly like, it's very nuanced and I can't say one thing is wrong and one thing's not. Like, let's be real. This is not like, yes, it's black or white. Like there's no correct answer to this question because it's been a question I think asked for years.